Welcome back to TYT Sports, everybody. Don't mind me writing on my paper. It's just the only notes I need for this specific segment. I'm with Andre. Andre and I did an NBA East and Western Conference previews. They're like 15, 20 minutes each. It's your 35 minutes of content. You don't need to go anywhere else. We had a lot of fun. We made a lot of analogies. We talked about a lot of dumpster fire cities. This clip is the year is 2022. I'm in my 30s, which that sucks. And who is the All-NBA first team? Because we love looking to the future and going like right now, you're going to see this year the same as next year, relatively the same superstars. LeBron James will still be LeBron James, Westbrook, Harden, Kawhi. Enjoy them now. I'm always a live in the moment guy. But as for my age 31 or 30 time where I'm freaking out, having a midlife crisis, we have our 2022 All-NBA first team. Andre, if you'd like to go first. I know Cat's on there. I just don't know who the other four are.
Yeah, it's interesting because I almost feel like the first team in 2022 is not going to look so different from now.
I thought about that
because we just had a generation in, you know, and so in 5 years, I think LeBron, I mean, he's not really human, but I'm pretty sure by his late 30s, he should start to slow down at some point. So maybe he won't be on there. Maybe Giannis replaces LeBron.
We think.
But I mean, Kawhi Leonard's 25, you know, and he doesn't play a high impact game. Popovich rests him. He'll be 30. I don't see why he wouldn't still be on there. You know, I'm the original Karl-Anthony Towns fan, so I definitely see him as potentially there. But there are like a slew of just young big men. I mean, are we saying Anthony Davis isn't going to be there? He'll be 20, 29? You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at Anthony Davis. I'm looking at Karl-Anthony Towns.
By that point, I'm saying by that point, I'm afraid NBA players are going to have so much tape, the injury tape, we're not able to recognize them. So Anthony Davis underneath it. Like it started here, and now it's just everywhere. It's like Venom from Spider-Man.
Yeah, they make leggings out of the tape,
yeah,
so you can't see their bodies.
Harden's gonna have like you're gonna have like a web under your arm. It's like,
I mean, and you know, and Harden, he's a little bit older, say, than those guys, but he plays like an old man. I mean, you know, like, is there any reason he wouldn't be able? Because when was the last time you saw James Harden blow past somebody?
Do we talk about this? The beard slow. It makes him appear slower on camera. Have you heard about this? This is a legitimate theory.
I had not heard about this, so tell me that, and then I have a comeback.
There's a legitimate theory that because of the beard and just how we perceive things, and 4K, 8K, Ultra HD, wraparound TVs, if you're watching at bars, whatever it is, that it's so hyper realistic that it looks like he's moving slower than he actually is. And
interesting.
Look, if you put him next to Russell Westbrook, of course, Russell Westbrook looks faster. Is it because he's more aerodynamic, though? We do not know.
See, the one thing I would say that I would argue against that is because the very first time I saw James Harden live was in Las Vegas before his rookie season.
Summer League?
Summer League.
That's awesome.
He didn't have the beard.
Oh.
And he's one of the few Summer League guys that has completely fooled me. And the reason he fooled me is, and if you look it up on the Hoops Lab, it's an article somewhere. I'm saying he wasn't athletic enough to make the NBA. I was like, he scored like 20-something points in the game that I saw in Summer League, but he didn't get any space in any of them. Like the same way he plays now, he played then. He just would get an angle, work his guy down, and just, you know, score. I was like, yeah, but that's not going to work on the athletes in the NBA. And he totally did. And so it wasn't the beard that made him look slow. It wasn't the TV. I was watching live. That's just how he's like Paul Pierce. He's his generation's Paul Pierce.
That's such a good example.
Yeah, he's an absurd athlete, but you don't realize he's an absurd athlete because he doesn't look like it. But you know, you look at the results at the end of the game, and you're like, yep, nope, he's one of the best.
I want the NBA to test his beard. Okay, I want science behind this. Look, if you're telling me we could get sports science on pretty much how fast Steph Curry's releasing a basketball, we can find out how much the beard is affecting his movement. We live in a time that makes these things possible. I went for broke on this. I put Cat on there because he's the youngest player to ever average 25 and 10. And his second half this year was so terrifying that you go, oh, we forgot about him for 40 games. That's rude. Cat's ridiculous. They have a new logo. Next year's the year. And then if they don't do it next year, then I'm going to start going, maybe it's never going to happen. But that's not, I'm optimistic. I put Joel Embiid here because I need to remind people of the process. You don't forget about the process.
No, you trust the process.
You trust the process. Giannis, because I'm obsessed with wherever this guy is from. It's not Greece. That's just a really good cover-up by the U.S. government or the NBA.
You're pretty sure it's not Earth.
It's not Earth. It's not Krypton. He's from somewhere, though. We'll figure it out. I don't know. They just found out this like crazy black hole stuff I was seeing on Reddit the other day. So maybe there. Devin Booker and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, for some reason, he's got like the Derrick Rose syndrome. Not injury-wise. I mean that by like Derrick Rose is only 27, and we don't know how. Because he's looked like he's aged 30 years. Kyrie Irving hasn't looked like he's aged 30 years, but he's 24? He just turned 24? Like, I mean, that's the guy who's going to be 29 years old in 2022. And look, Devin Booker, I want to know what Devin Booker can do on a good team, not the worst team in the league. And I know people didn't love the idea that they lost that game and they over-celebrated it. Sure, to each their own. He scored 70 points in a basketball game. That's not a freak incident. That's something that can happen. Maybe not at that rate, but Devin Booker was, when he gets hot, man, he's Klay Thompson hot. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. And I guess I never actually gave a team, so let me put it a 5 out there.
I'm curious, Cat.
I'll go Damian Lillard as my point guard because he's only 26.
Good for Damian.
And I love Lillard.
And he deserves it.
I'm gonna go Lillard is my point guard. I'm gonna call Giannis a 2. We don't know what position he is anyway. I'm just gonna make Giannis a 2. I'm gonna go with Kawhi as my small forward, and then I'll go Anthony Davis as my 4 and Towns as my 5.
Nice. That's awesome. I'll take my team. I'm just kidding. We gotta go. I'm getting like the wrap up from everybody in the studio. They're all looking at me. Everybody. They don't want to hear about basketball anymore. They want to hear about politics, I guess, for the main show. Regardless, comment below. You guys know the deal.
Another show about that.
At Professor DRZ on the Twitter, the Hoops Lab. There's gonna be some fun articles in the NBA playoffs.
Did you say on the Twitter?
On the Twitter.
You're too young to say on the Twitter.
I've been calling it the Twitter for a long, long time. You know, these kids these days with their, it's the year 2022. I've hit 30 years old. I think you're like, screw this kid, man. This kid's gonna be 30 in 5 years.
Went behind the ears, breath smell like Similac.
I'm gonna be 30. I have the knees of a 58-year-old Jewish man. I swear to God, I am Jewish, but that's my future. Can't play basketball outside anymore. I'm not making the All-NBA team. You guys know the good stuff. Now I'm literally being told I gotta leave. So, adios. Andre, great talking to you as always, and we'll see you guys next time.